Hello everyone, I'm Shweta Rav. I work as an assistant manager in a chatbot development team in an MNC. When I entered this corporate world, I didn't really know how to succeed as a corporate professional. Today, here I am to share my key learnings from the first year of my corporate career. One of the things that I did along the journey was asking the leaders that I got a chance to interact with as to what would their advice be to somebody who's just starting out in this field. The first time I asked this question was during the final round of my interview to this job. So, in response to this, the person on the other side told me that I should make my presence felt, should make my opinions heard, and ideas uh, shared with everybody. So, this I thought was a very valuable advice because in a corporate environment, when teams have a large number of people working in it, when leaders have multiple employees aligned under them, it's very important for a fresher to make their opinions heard. The way to do this would be by going that extra step. If you're assigned a project, take some extra time to do some research in that domain, and next time when there's a meeting, you can give your insights and you can contribute more. And if you think that the approach has some flaws in it, make yourself vocal. And this would really be appreciated in a healthy corporate environment, and you will definitely be remembered amongst the leaders. The second advice that I received was from another leader, and what he told me was it's very important for us to know how our vertical functions. Not just the team that we are working in, but the vertical that our team is aligned to. It's very important to know what the vertical on the whole does. What are the different teams under it? What are the kind of projects coming in? This took me by surprise when I heard about it. But then he explained that knowing about your vertical, knowing all of these things, adds a value to you and sets you apart. And the beauty about this process was that through this process, you not only meet and connect with interesting people in an attempt to understand your vertical better, but you also come to know about the roles and opportunities that are there within your vertical. So when you do this, you can always ask about what are the kind of skill sets that the hiring team is looking for when they fill these positions, and you can start preparing right there. So the third piece of advice was from this young leader who I was hearing about so many times. So what I do is when I connect with people, I make it a point, like even now, even during the lockdown, we can still continue reaching out to people. So although it might be very difficult to like stay home and then network with people, I think we can still go forward and do it, right? So this was before the lockdown, but just as a side note, I want to tell you that please don't take this as an excuse to sit back and like not connect with new people, right? So if you hear about somebody who doing a really interesting job or in a really challenging position, or somebody who has won an award recently, take the chance to like go and connect with them, understand how they got there, and you will learn a lot from these conversations. So during one such conversation, I met this young leader who's so inspiring, and so I'd heard from so many people, and I approached her to understand what it is about her that made her so successful. So she gave me a very simple advice. She told me that it's very important for a person to find value in everything that they do. As a fresher, chances are you'll not be assigned a very complex project right at the beginning. You might be assigned a simple task which could be which could seem very repetitive and could get boring on when you continue to do it for longer periods of time. But the important thing here is to find value in even such times, because it is these projects that get you recognized. If you deliver them well, it is these projects that get you recognized, and It is these projects that make you go to those projects that are more visible, that are more challenging, and that might be more fun to you too. So, your value as an employee is decided by your output in every task that is assigned to you. So, we need to remember that. But at the same time, if you feel that despite your best efforts, you're not being recognized to get those extra challenging and extra engaging projects, you need to know that this is the time for you to go and connect with your manager and tell your manager that you think it's time to get more challenging work and you think you're ready to take them up now. So, and that was point three, finding value in everything. And the fourth point is about a conversation I had with my friend recently. She told me that when she started out, she had clearly defined her goals for the year. She clearly understood what was expected from her. And not only that, she had also made an attempt to define what it would mean to go beyond the expectations of a manager. I thought that was really smart. So these days, I'm guessing that most of the companies would have a formalized systems to mark goals of the employees, because that's there in my company. We have a system to mark the goals right at the beginning, so that during a performance appraisal, that the supervisor, the manager can like go back and see how many of these goals were actually met. So if you have that system, then make it a point to clearly define your goals. Sit down with your manager, understand what it is that your team does and what it is that you have been hired for and what is the expectations from you. And also clearly define what it is that would make you an employee that has gone beyond their expectations. And last but not the least, I know this is common knowledge, but this video would have been incomplete if I wouldn't mention this. It is very, very important to constantly upskill yourself. Make sure that you understand which are the kind of roles that excite you and what are the skill sets that are required for getting there, and make it a point to start reading about it right away. Understand what are the kind of new concepts that would add value. So, if learning agile methodology adds value to you as an employee and gets you to the position that interests you, do that. Start right away. If learning how to use a certain platform makes you eligible to apply to that job, do that. So there are multiple websites today, so many online websites and courses and YouTube videos that share information about how to use these platforms, how to learn these concepts. So like there's no constraint really to not do it. So upskill yourself, make the most of this corporate journey that you are in, and do let me know if these tips were helpful. If you are following any key aspect that is helping you grow in your career, do let me know about that as well in the comment section. If you have any feedback for me, please do share it with me. And if you have any video suggestions, do share that as well. Looking forward to hear from all of you. See you next time. Thank you for watching.